Hi guys, how you doing? This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I have some breaking news for you that I wanted to bring to your attention. Now, everybody's like, Rich, all you talk about is cannabis stocks, and lately I've been trying to talk about other things. I've been trying to talk about gaming stocks. I've been talking about gold stocks. I've been talking about lithium stocks. I've been talking about technology stocks. I've been talking about oil and gas stocks. And here's another one here. Montero, International Montoro Resources receives further positive results from 2D ZTEM survey and 3D inversion Serpent River Pecors Ni-Cu-PGE Elliot Lake, Ontario property. This news literally just broke, okay? And it broke 2 hours ago, and I had to bring it to you guys first, okay? Now, this is a company here that is a slow mover. It's not a big volume company, but it's at 5 cents, all right? And the reason I wanted to bring it to your attention is I like the fundamentals, okay? Look at this. Only 28 million shares issued and outstanding, so it's got a very, very, very tight float. And if we go to bar chart, the symbol in Canada is IMT. And if you take a look at the news here, you can see they break it down here in the news. Mr. Gary Musil reports ZTEM 3D data confirms 5 kilometers times 2 kilometers times 2 kilometers magnetic anomaly at Pecors. ZTEM data comparison to Vale's Voisey Bay Ni-Cu mine. Strength returns to nickel up 25%, and you're going to need a telescope to see copper prices in 2021. So essentially what they're saying is these guys have essentially hit a huge patch, okay? And this news is literally breaking. It came out 2 hours ago, and I thought I would bring it to your attention. I know this is a new company you probably haven't heard of before, but that's what we do here at Rich TV Live. Now, one thing I want you guys to remember is Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about here in Rich TV Live, okay? Now, if you're not winning, you're probably not watching, but you guys know how much I love bar chart. And I've been watching this company, International Montoro Resources. You could see it averages 117,000 shares. Yesterday, it only did 18,000 shares. Based on this news today, it's probably going to do something much bigger. This is big news. The bar chart technical opinion rating is a 64% buy with a strengthening short-term outlook on maintaining the current direction. Long-term, the trend strength is strong. So the momentum is building for this company slowly but surely, okay? And you can see here that in the last month, it's up 10%. In the last 3 months, not even 3 months, since January 23rd, it is up 57%. It's been doing a sneak attack, but it's not a sneak attack anymore because your boy Rich, we're all over it, okay? We're all over this. This news is not even on bar chart yet. Oh yeah, it is. Look, boom. It just made bar chart. So the news is starting to circulate. Here it says right here, Gary Musil, president of Montero Resources, Inc., states, with the receipt of September 2018, and there's a link there, we learned that the ZTEM appears to identify a deep, gently east-dipping and north-plunging conductive layer at a depth of 750 meters that coincides with the magnetic anomaly. The feature layer that is centered on our Pecors area block also remains open to the north. Now, if we just go back here and we real quickly read what this company does. It says right here, International Montero Resources, Inc. is engaged in the acquisition and development of nickel and uranium properties in Ontario, nickel, cobalt, vanadium, and other minerals in Quebec, and uranium resource properties in Saskatchewan. These guys got their hands in everything. These guys got their hands in everything, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. How you guys doing today? Have you guys heard of this company before? Are they on your radar? Are they on your watch list? International Montoro Resources Inc., a resource company that's mining for pretty much everything, every single major precious metal, and everything looks good on this company. And then they've got this news that just keeps circulating. In this data, we see 3 distinct magnetic anomalies at 750 meters, one being approximately 3.5 kilometers times 1.5 kilometers. So this is a huge deposit. This is a huge find. Included in Montoro's 2D Geotech ZTEM inversion report are ZTEM results over the deeply buried 800-meter eastern deeps deposit from Vale's Voisey Bay Ni-Cu-PGE mine. Voisey Bay being the biggest mining discovery in Canada in the last 50 years. Any comparative geophysical data bodes well for our Pecors Ni-Cu-PGE project. In September 2008, as reported in the Sudbury Mining Solutions Journal, Vale gave the go-ahead for $2 billion in mine developments at its Voisey's Bay operation in Labrador. The Geotech 2D report recommended a 3D inversion report be completed. Remarkably, now that we can view the depth with width and length in 3D, we can now see the original 3 anomalies identified by the ZTEM 2D are in fact the tips of an iceberg of one considerably large contiguous magnetic anomaly estimated to be 5 kilometers long, 2 kilometers wide, and 2 kilometers deep. Drill holes completed by Rio, Algum Blue, and Montero Red as seen on the slide share. So there's links here to everything that I'm talking about. And like I said, this news is trending. Yes, it's a 5-cent stock. A 5-cent stock with a huge finding. This news just broke, and of course, here at Rich TV Live, it's my job to make sure I bring you the news first, okay? Try to break it down in layman's terms so you understand. But this is a company that just found a massive deposit, okay? So you have to understand that there is huge potential here. And yeah, it doesn't trade a lot. Yeah, it hasn't been a huge mover yet. Yeah, it hasn't done huge things yet. But this is what everybody asks. Rich, can you find me the stocks before they explode? You know? And here we are talking about a stock before it explodes. And that is exactly what I like to do. The symbol in America is IMTFF. Symbol in Canada is IMT. This news literally just broke 2 hours ago, and it is circulating. And the symbol in America, in Frankfurt, Germany, is O4T1. That is the Frankfurt, Germany symbol. Here we go. ZTEM 2D survey and 3D interpretation indicates further encouraging results. The Pecors ZTEM survey shows similarities with ZTEM results over the Vale Canada Limited Vale Voisey Bay Eastern Deeps deposit. ZTEM was successfully able to position the Eastern Deeps deposits in the correct location and at the correct depth, 750 meters, using 2D inversion. Jansen and Cristal in Proceeding of Exploration 2017. Further to our news release of September 19th, 2018, Geotech Limited, DBA Geotech Airborne of Aurora, Ontario has provided the company with a 3D interpretation of the helicopter-borne ZTEM geophysical survey of approximately 42 kilometers, 295 line kilometers, and 200-meter line spacing, providing further information to depths over 2,000 meters. The 3D inversion identifies 2 deep-seated targets, ZD1 and ZD2, with depths to the tops of 600 meters and 800 meters respectively. Geotech offered the following interpretation of these targets. The estimate resensitivity values of the ZD1 targets are ranging from the lowest of 300 OHM-M to 500 OHM-M and for the ZD2 target are ranging for the lowest of 100 to 300 OHMM, which makes them good candidates for semi-massive Ni-Cu mineralization. So this is huge news. This is breaking news, and this news is circulating everywhere. 43101 is like a license to grow weed. 43101 is essentially saying you have found resources. A geologist has to give you a 43101 report to state, like if you're a gold company, that you found gold. So when they have a 43101, that means they have a real finding. Jean M. Legault, and Chief Geologist of Geotech Limited, a qualified person as defined by National Instrument 43101, there it is, has reviewed and approved the technical information above and in the news release as in reference to the ZTEM survey on the Pecors anomaly. The 3D interpretation of the final summary of the ZTEM survey can be reviewed on our website at Montero Resources. And if you click on that, if we click on that link, you'll see it will give you some more information. Here's some background. Don Hawk, consulting geologist from Montero and a qualified person as defined by the National Instrument 43101, has provided the following background information. So this is the history of this mine, okay, guys? And the history of this finding. In 2014, the company completed a 3D inversion of a large magnetic anomaly detected during the previous airborne ZTEM survey that outlined a deep-seated body with dimensions of about 3.5 kilometers by 1.5 kilometers that was interpreted to be caused by a possible ultramafic intrusion. A 2-hole drill program was carried out in 2015 to determine the source of the anomaly, and a gabbro intrusion was encountered at depths of 595 and 650 meters respectively. One hole intersected anomalous Ni-Cu-PGE values over a core length of 29 meters, and exonthils of sulfide, facies, iron formation, and sulfide-rich exhalite were encountered near the lower contact, indicating that gabbro had access to a source of sulfur, an important prerequisite for the formation of magmatic sulfide deposits. The second hole was stopped in gabbro at a depth of 1,317 meters when the depth capacity of the drill was reached. During 2018, Geotech was contracted by a company to carry out a ZTEM survey over the magnetic anomaly to search for conductive targets at greater depths than previous surveys could penetrate. The 3D interpretation and final 2D results of the ZTEM survey will substantially assist in better targeting the next phase of diamond drilling on the Serpent River Pecors Ni-Cu-PGE project. So this is huge news. This is breaking news, and this is trending news everywhere. This is International Montoro Resources, Inc. Now, just because I'm bringing you guys this news doesn't mean that you go out there and buy the stock, okay? Do your research, do your due diligence, get to know the company, and do you know this company? Do you like this company? Have you been researching this company? Have you bought this company? I like to know, guys. If you like this video, smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere. You can see all the different properties and all the different locations for this company, and it's still a 5-cent stock. And look at this. They are exploring the next nickel, copper, cobalt, vanadium deposits in Ontario and Quebec, and rare earth elements in British Columbia, Canada. I think this company has so much potential, so much upside. Let's read a little bit more. Strength in the nickel and copper markets returns. So is this time to get into nickel and copper right now? Gary Musil comments, in 2019 has brought strong nickel. Nickel was up 25% so far in 2019. And copper, in the words of Morgan Stanley, is a metal whose stars are aligned. Last we drilled at Pecors LME, nickel was $7 a pound, driven partially by supply and demand economics, with the LME nickel stockpiles reaching multi-year lows. Presently, the LME stockpile is below those levels, with nickel trading at $6, up $25% on the year. So this is very, very positive. Forbes 2019, February. Will 2019 be the year of King Copper? So Forbes is calling for copper to have a massive year. Last week, Morgan Stanley joined Citi and Goldman Sachs in making a bullish call on the metal. The investment bank projected a 14% upside for copper in 2019 based on a widening supply deficit and the likelihood of a resolution to the U.S.-China trade war. Historic discoverer of the Voisey Bay mine, Robert Friedland, comments, "You're going to need a telescope to see copper prices in 2021. Wow, that's big. That's big. U.S. Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, February 2019, said Simon Moore, Benchmark Mineral Intelligence, testifying to the U.S. Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources, comments, between 2023 and 2028, lithium demand will increase by over 8 times. Cobalt demand will rise 4-fold, reflecting research aimed at reducing its usage, and nickel by 19 times. Wow. This is so big. This is so huge. About international Montoro resources, and the market is about to open in minutes. And I believe that this bad boy might just be on a full alert. We'll see. This news is pretty big. It is circulating. In February 2019, Montero entered into an acquisition agreement with various vendors to acquire over 3,500 hectares of claims in the Caribou Mining Division, British Columbia, with one claim being adjoining the well-known Richtvlive project. Montero will continue to focus on advancing its 100% owned Serpent River Elliot Lake, Northern Ontario, and Elliot Lake has been amazing, that one stock. Northern Ontario Pecors magnetic anomaly, a potential Ni-Cu-PGE discovery. The southwestern portion of the property is located uranium remineralization from previous drilling in the general area where real Algom discovered uranium. The property comprises 10 mineral claims, 115 units, or approximately 1,840 hectares. In February 2018, Montoro received approval for the acquisition of the Duhamel, Quebec property. The Ni-Cu-PGE prospect consisted of 9 mineral claims comprising 500 hectares. Additional staking of 32 adjoining mineral claims and compiling of data has been underway since February, and the expanded property now totals 2,300 hectares and prospective for titanium, vanadium, and chromium. In addition, the company owns jointly with Belmont Resources 50/50 its Cracking Stone 982 hectares, 2,427 acres uranium properties in the Uranium City District, northern Saskatchewan, and is seeking a joint venture partner to continue development of this advancing property. Wow, this is breaking news, huge news. The news is circulating. What do you guys think? If you like the video, smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere. The big news that is circulating: International Montero Resources receives further positive results from 2D ZTEM survey and 3D inversion, Serpent River, Pecors. How do you like the news? Holler at your boy. If you're not winning, you're not watching. This is your boy Rich, bringing the news and bring it to you first. And I'm out.